Hello, everyone. My name is Eric Lian, and I'm going to discuss my business research regarding accounting ethics in auditing. It's a topic that not many people talk about, but I believe it is an important topic that cannot be missed. Let's talk about the two famous accounting audit scandals in history so you can understand the impact of unethical audit engagement. The first scandal is Arthur Andersen's and Enron. The company Enron used market-to-market accounting method to hide debts. They overestimated company's earning by $1.4 billion. During the same time, Arthur Andersen gave Enron an unqualified audit opinions in their financial reports. When government was investigating Enron, Arthur Andersen committed obstruction of justice by sharing their financial information and documentations. At the end, Enron went bankrupt. Arthur Andersen dissolved. A government signed Sarbanes-Oxley Act into law to regulate audit standards, procedures, and other ethics. Investors lost everything. Employees lost their jobs, and everyone lost their pension benefits when the news hit Wall Street. Next is the Ernst Young and Lehman Brothers scandal. Lehman Brothers utilized Repo 105 to temporarily sell bad debts and buy them back later. They sold more than $50 billion of bad debts to make their financial information look better. Ernst Young gave them an unqualified opinion while knowing that they are doing such things all the time. Eventually, Lehman Brothers went bankrupt. Ernst Young was fined for $109 million, and government had to bail out other financial institutions due to the fall of Lehman Brothers. Furthermore, the fall of Lehman Brothers caused worldwide financial crisis, with the stock market fall down significantly. Next, I'm going to talk about research methodology. I utilize secondary data in order to reach real audit professionals' opinion. I included 3 surveys, and they are Journal of Business Ethics with 40 audit managers and partners, Science Direct with 126 audit professionals, and Emerald Publishing with 205 junior auditors. This is a survey from Journal of Business Ethics with 4 ethical judgment stages and 6 MI factors or more of intensity, rating from very unimportant to 11 very important. The average of 4 stages and 5 categories was 7.284. The highest category is magnitude of consequences with 9.313 mean, while the lowest is temporal immediacy with 5.521. The 4 stages mean is 7.284. Established ethical intent is the highest with 7.246. Make ethical judgments the lowest with 7.157. The standard deviation when you found at between 2 and 2.8, which is relatively close to each other. I want to point out that this survey is from senior managements and partners. As you can tell, they care more about the magnitude of consequences, also known as the overall cost and benefits of a defect, and they also care more about establishing ethical intents in their judgment process, which is pretty important. Next, this is a survey from Cyrus Direct. It's asking auditor to rate questions practices from 1 to 5, with 1 being unethical, 5 being ethical. From question 1 to 6, more than 50% of participants consider the questionable practice unethical with score 1 and 2. Excuse me. Question 7 and 9, less than 34% of participants regarding the action unethical, rating 1 and 2. Only 1 to 2% of participants consider the action unethical with score 4 and 5. As a result, most of these actions are considered unethical since the answers are in 1 and 2, although those 1% and 2% are in the category 4 and 5 shouldn't happen. because they are a professional auditor and they should know better than someone who had no auditing experience. Next, this is a survey from Emerald Publishing. It's asking team leaders ethicality by junior auditors. With 1 means strongly disagree and 7 means strongly agree, the total average is 1.87 with standard deviations of 1.050. The highest was question 1, using company services for personal use, which with mean of 2.27 and a standard deviation of 1.299. The lowest was question 12, favoring companies' materials and supplies, which with mean of 1.55 and standard deviation of 1.059. Most respondents believe the their items are considered unethical because they are pretty low and less than 3. Although it is interesting to note that junior auditor considers stealing office supplies more unethical to any other question listed there, which is considered bad leadership, such as claiming credits for someone else's work or passing blames for errors to innocent coworkers. This is a quick review of code of ethics, which included integrity, objectivity, confidentiality, and competency. Here's my conclusion and recommendation. This is my recommendation number 1, self-reflections. The problem I see from those surveys above is their lack of personal accountabilities. In my opinion, and I believe it should be for all auditors, is they must take 10 to 15 minutes after work to reflect if actions. If after the reflection they believe or they think one of the action is questionable or unethical, they need to think to an alternative to resolve the issues, or at least discuss with someone that can help them guide them to a right path. This is my recommendation number 2, thinking forward. There is seriously lack of short-term and long-term consideration when auditors conducting their audit engagements. They need to have a thinking forward mentality. They need to think about how their actions affect the future, and what could happen if they get caught, and how does the action affect the business and other communities. So things like Sarbanes-Oxley Act will not happen again, or things like worldwide financial crisis can be prevented by giving good audit reports. This is my recommendation number 3, epidemic effect. As auditor career progresses, they tend to focus on profit rather than profit or bottom line rather than ethics itself, as you can see from the surveys above, specifically Journal of Business Ethics and Emerald Publishing surveys. They need to have a focus on the overall effect to others and understanding their actions for short-term and long-term. So Enron and Lehman Brothers scandals won't happen again. They caused trillions of dollars in damage, worldwide financial crisis, and millions of investors lost everything. People even lost their benefits and pensions. Finally, this is my reference that I use for this presentation. Thank you very much for participating. I hope you can incorporating the 3 recommendations I use for the code of ethics and make a stronger auditing ethics when auditors are engaged in their auditing activities. Thank you very much again.